the another block cipher, symmetric block cipher, that is advanced encryption standard. So to overcome the drawbacks of DES, so we discussed DES as well as triple DES block ciphers, isn't it? Both DES and triple DES uses the Feistel structure, and DES was broken. So just by using the modern computation systems, by increasing the computation capacity of the system, DES can be broken. So it was broken in 1998, and this payment is $250,000. And triple DES is also, the structure is same as the DES algorithm, isn't it? So whatever the number of rounds are there, it will use the same number of rounds, but in triple DES, it performs the encryption. At sender side, it performs 2 times encryption and decryption. So just because of this multiple encryptions and decryptions, it will become too slow. Okay. And so in order to overcome the disadvantages of this triple DES and DES, this AES was developed. So if we consider the block size of DES, the block size is only 64 bits. The block size of the DES, every plaintext block will have only 64 bits. So which is a small amount of data. So in real time, so if we are sending any image or audio, so it will be represented in a binary format. It will have n number of bits binary data. So 64-bit block means will have more huge number of blocks. So here NIST conducted one contest. So in order to develop one algorithm which provides more security than DES and triple DES algorithm. So in that contest, 2 persons developed one algorithm. So that algorithm, so this is all the description how the AES was developed, the history of AES. So mainly 2 persons was developed one algorithm. So that algorithm, then they named the algorithm as this one. Okay. And the 2 persons was developed. So official name of the algorithm is Advanced Encryption Standard, and it is a symmetric block cipher. And so it is also uses, whatever the parameters will take in DES algorithm, the same parameters will, same type of parameters will be considered. Like for every block cipher, it requires the size. We need to specify the size of the plaintext block, and we need to specify the size of the key. So in DES, so it is fixed. So plaintext size is 64 and key size is 56. Whereas in AES, it is not fixed. Mainly a key is not fixed. So we can change the size of the key. So sometimes the size may be 128, 192, 256. But plaintext is fixed. The plaintext block size is 128 bit. So based on the key which we are going to use, algorithm will be named. So AES 128 means a key size is 128 bits. AES 192 means key size is 192, like that. And it is not going to use the Feistel structure, where in the Feistel structure, entire plaintext will be divided into 2 halves, left and right half. And then it will be given the round function. The right half will be given to the round function, where this round function will make use of the sub key. Will make use of the sub key, which is generated by the key shared between the sender and receiver by applying some key scheduling algorithm. And this left half will be performed XOR operation with the result of the round function, and the right half will be directly given to the next function. So this is the representation of the Feastel structure. That structure was followed in the used in the DES algorithm, whereas AES is not using that Feastel structure. Instead, it is going to use some other operations. And so every algorithm, so DES uses 16 rounds, isn't it? Totally, it uses 16 rounds. In all the rounds, same operations will be used. Whereas in AES, the key size is 128-bit. If so, the number of rounds in AES will depends on the key size. If the key size is 128 bits, number of rounds will be 10. If the key size is 192, number of rounds will be 12. Key size is 256, means number of rounds is 14. Like that. So mainly, the standard version uses only 128-bit key. So these are some characteristics of this AES algorithm. So it can resist against all attacks, known attacks like chosen plain text, chosen ciphertext, known plain text. So that type of attacks can be resisted using this AES algorithm. And because of the simplicity of the design of the AES, so the speed of algorithm is very fast. Speed is more compared to the DS algorithm. And it can be applied to any type of platforms, like any type of, it can apply to the hardware as well as the any type of the systems, like operating systems we can use. It can be applied. Okay, so whatever the operations we are going to perform in the encryption, the same operations will be performed in a decryption side, but it applies the inverse operation of that particular operation. So we'll see the operations which we are going to use in the AES round, in each round. So generally, whatever the plain text is there, so that we'll call it as a state. In AES, a plain text 128-bit, it will be divided into, it will be, initially it will be represented in the form of 4x4 matrix. So every 4x4 matrix will be there. Every cell will be represented with 1 byte. So totally 128 bits will be divided into 16 bytes. So these 16 bytes will be represented in a 4x4 matrix. And then a key is also 128 bit. So key will also be represented with the 4x4 matrix, where each cell represents 1 byte. And so whatever the key is there, so totally 16 bytes are there. 128 bit means there will be 16 bytes, but AES uses, the standard version of AES uses 10 rounds because the key size is 128. So among these 10 rounds, it will generate the key. Okay, it generates the key, sub key. It will not use the key which is shared between the sender and receiver. Instead, it is going to generate the sub key. So for 10 rounds, it generates 10 sub keys. Okay, it generates 10 sub keys. And also, before going to perform the first round, initially it applies one operation, that is add round key. Means the plain text will be performed XOR with the key. Plain text will be performed XOR with the key. So for that key also, so totally it uses 11 sub keys. So among that, the first key, the sub key which is used initially is the original key which is shared. So the remaining all keys which are used for rounds is the sub keys. So we'll see the representation. So this is the entire block structure, block diagram of the AES. Block diagram of AES algorithm. So plain text will be 128 bits and it uses the round key. So this round key is nothing but the original key. The original key which is used between, which is shared between sender and receiver. So what it is going to do is plain text, it takes plain text 128 bit and key, so it performs simply XOR operation. So in this subject, wherever you find this subject, this symbol, this is the XOR operation. And once the XOR operation is performed, it will be given to round 1. So in round 1, it performs the substitute bytes and then shift rows, mix columns, add round key. These four operations will be performed from round 1 to round 9. Whereas in round 10, only the last round will not perform mixed columns. Okay, last round will perform only 3 operations: substitute bytes, shift rows, and the add round key. Mixed columns operation will not be performed in the last round. And so for every round, a new key will be used. I mean, sub key will be used. So which is of size 128 bits. Sub key size is also 128 bits. Initially, the key size is 128 bits. So if we consider all the sub keys, so it is the main key will be expanded to all the sub keys. Totally, it is going to use 44 words. The total, so after expanding the key, the size of the key is total 44 words, where each word represents 4 bytes. Okay, each word represents 4 bytes. Means each word, so in each round, 128 bit will be used. Like that, it uses 11 128 bit sub keys will be used. But the first key, so that is W, words W0 to 3, this is equals to the main key. Whereas W4 to 7 is not is equals to the main key. Instead, it is some sub key which is generated. So we'll see how a sub key will be generated, and we'll discuss all these things: substitute bytes, shift rows, and mix columns. So we discussed it. AES versions, like what is the key size and what is the plain text size and what are the number of rounds. So key size is, so we can specify like number of words or bytes or bits. So if we specify in terms of bits, it is 128 bits, 192 and 256. And the plain text is, irrespective of the key size, it is fixed. Plain text size is fixed. That is 128 bits per block. And the number of rounds depends on the key size. So if the size of the key is increased, obviously number of rounds will be increased. And the size of round key. So in every round, it uses a sub key. So size of round key is also 128 bits. If you observe, the size of the key is 128 bits and the size of the round key is also 128 bits, but it is not same. So finally, the expanded key. So what is the size of expanded key is? So initially, it has 4 words. The key, the main key is 4 words, but the expanded key has 44 words. Expanded key is, the size is 44 words. And for 128 bits, and for 12 rounds, if it is going to use 192-bit key, then expanded key size is 52 words. And if it uses 256-bit key, then the expanded key size is 50 words. Sorry, 60 words. 60 into 4. Okay, because every word has 4 bytes. So 240 bytes into 8 bits. Okay. So initially, plain text will be represented in a matrix format. That is a 4x4 matrix. So everything is 1 byte. So totally 16 bytes will be there. 16 bytes will be there. So words will be represented in a column wise. First, it is going to fill the first column, then it is going to fill the second column. Generally, matrix means it will be represented in a row wise. Here in AES, values will be represented in a column wise. If you observe, input first byte, second byte, third byte, fourth byte, like that. Total 16 bytes. and these will be represented in the form of a state. State array will be considered in order to represent the plain text. And so after performing the round operations, the state matrix will produce the output. So the output is also 128 bits. And it uses the key, 128-bit key, which is also represented by the 4x4 matrix in a column manner. So first 4 words will be represented, first 4 bytes will be represented in the first column. Next 4 bytes will be represented in the second column, third column, fourth column, like that. Then it will be expanded to 44 words. Okay. So first the procedure is, it takes the plain text. So it will specify a state matrix and then it performs add round key. Add round key operation is nothing but simply it is going to perform the XOR operation. XOR operation with the key which is shared. And then which for R minus 1 rounds, from round 1 to round R minus 1, means if it is using 128-bit key, so from round 1 to round 9, so it performs substitution bytes and also it performs the shift rows and also it performs the mixed columns and then add round key. So these 4 operations will be performed for all 9 rounds. And for last round, it will not perform mixed columns. Mixed columns will not be performed. Okay, so the third point is saying last round. What the last round is going to perform? Is going to perform only substitute bytes, shift rows, and the round key. It is not performing the mixed columns. And whatever is produced, that will be the ciphertext. So for a given plain text X, so corresponding ciphertext will be produced. Okay. So here we'll see the internal representation of all these 4 operations. So here A is going to use all byte-oriented operation. Everything will be represented in a hexadecimal format. Values will be represented, 128-bit values will be represented in a hexadecimal format, and 128-bit will be represented in the 16 bytes. So mainly it will be represented in a 4x4 array format. So it uses hexadecimal notation. So it requires 2 hexadecimal digits. Why? Because total 8 bits will be there. Okay. So in order to represent the first 4 bits, the maximum is F. So second 4 bits, the maximum is F again. So that is why it requires only 2 hexadecimal digits. And so the internal representation is, so it uses substitute bytes, shift rows, mixed columns, and add round key. Whereas in the decryption side, encryption, every algorithm, block cipher algorithm will have encryption as well as a decryption. So whatever the operations we are going to perform in encryption, it performs in a, it applies simply inverse operation of that. Suppose inverse operation is nothing but simply, suppose if we take shift rows, so inverse operation means if in encryption, if we perform left circular shift, then in decryption side, we have to perform the right circular shift. So that is the inverse operation. So suppose if we take add round key, so inverse operation is simply performing the XOR operation. So we'll see how the inverse operations will be represented. So first one is substitute bytes. First operation, every round will have 4 operations except the last round. So that is first among all 4 operations, substitute bytes is the first one. So will be represented in a 16 by 16. So what substitute bytes is going to do is whatever the plain text is there, so which will be represented in a 4x4 matrix, and then it will be converted to the 4x4 matrix again. It will give the output as 4x4 matrix, but in between, so this value, whatever the cell value is there, it will be modified to some other value. Okay, it will be modified to some other value. So where it will have 8 bits. Suppose initially every cell has 1 byte. The size of every cell is 1 byte. So after applying the substitute bytes also, the size is 8 bits only. I mean 1 byte only. In between, so in order to transform this input to the output, here it uses the substitute bytes. So this substitute bytes is nothing but the S box. It uses substitute bytes table. So here it is a table. Substitute bytes is nothing but a table. So there S box will have the mapping. So S box is a collection of some hexadecimal values. So here it will take this value and it will map with the S box, and whatever the corresponding value is there in S box, that will be replaced, that will be substituted in the place of the original plain text. So that is the result of substitute bytes. Okay. Result of the substitute bytes. So in order to generate the S box values also, AES uses some algorithm. So by using some algorithm, it is going to produce the S box. Whereas in DES, S box values are simply random. Okay, so that is why the efficiency of DES is somewhat less compared to the AES, because AES uses some algorithm. Okay, so how the AES, how this substitute bytes will be used in order to generate the output from the input state is represented in this diagram. So here, suppose S11 is the 1 byte information. So totally 128-bit information. This represents 128-bit information. So S11 is 1 byte. So assume that the values are like this one. 1 byte means, so S11 is equals to this value, 11001011. Then how this will be mapped with S box is, it takes, so totally, so S box is a 16 by 16 matrix. It is a 16 by 16 matrix, and it takes input of S box. So input to S box is 8 bits. It takes bits input and it produces the 8-bit output. Whereas in DS, it takes 6-bit input and 4-bit output. It takes 8-bit input and 8-bit output. So what 8-bit input? So this S11 means, so 8-bit, right? So this 8-bit will be given to the S box. Then how it is going to find the value is, it takes the first 4 bits as one row and second 4 bits as a column. So first 4 bits are used for row and second 4 bits are used for column. I mean, next 4 bits are used for column. So totally 16 will be there. 16 rows and 16 columns will be there in S box. So 0 to 15 or 0 to F. 0 to F. So here also column side 0 to F. So first 4 bits. Suppose 110. What is the decimal value of hexadecimal value of 1100? Give your answer in chat box. 1100. What is the hexadecimal value of 1100? Hello, am I audible? Are you listening or sleeping? Give your answer. Yes, very good. Only one student. Yes, very good. So 110 is nothing but C. Okay, and then 1011. What is the hexadecimal value of 1011? Okay. I'm getting multiple answers. 1011. B. Yes, not D. It is B. So some students are saying it is D and some are saying it is B. Yes, it is B. So what it is going to do is it takes the S box 0 to F, and here also column size 0 to F. So here it goes to C. Suppose if this is the row C, and then here it is the column B. So if this is the column, so it will go to this cell. Whatever the value is there, it takes that value. Again, values in the S box are simply hexadecimal values. All values will be like every cell will have like 2F, so or 3C. So like this, 8-bit information will be there in each cell. Okay, in each cell, 8-bit information will be there. So it will take that value and that will be replaced. Initially, S11 means, sorry, not S11, S11, S11 here, S11 is nothing but CB. So after taking this S box, here S box value is 2F. So now this value S11, S dash 11 will be replaced with 2F, not this CB will be replaced with 2F. So this is the procedure. This is the procedure of substitute bytes. Substitute bytes simply using one S box where the size of S box is 16 by 16 matrix and the input of S box is 8 bit and the output of S box is 8 bits again. And so the plain text will be substituted with the corresponding value in each cell of the S box is 8 bits. So it will be substituted with the corresponding hexadecimal value and it produces the output. So this is the input state and this is the output state. Okay. So like this, it is going to use the S box. So inverse S box will be used in the decryption side. Okay. So here S box, mainly the goal or the main use of S box is in order to resist from the cryptanalytic attacks like known plain text, known ciphertext. So in order to resist those types of attacks, S box was used. Okay, so this S box will be used in all the rounds, not only in a single round. So here, just now we discussed S box representation, right? So it will take 0 to 15 rows and 0 to 15 columns. 15 columns. So if you observe, every bit, every cell is represented with the hexadecimal value. So the size of every cell is 8 bits. Okay, size of every cell is 8 bits. So here it will be used, inverse S box will be used for the decryption and S box, the initial S box will be used for the encryption. And now, so coming to the second operation. So actually AES, this is the block diagram of AES, isn't it? Yes, this is the block diagram of AES where each round is going to use 4 operations. Substitute bytes is nothing but S box, using usage of S box. Shift rows, mix columns and add round key. So now we are going to discuss about shift rows operation. So shift rows operation simply performs the either left shift or the right shift operation, but what it is going to perform, what exactly it is going to perform, the shift rows operation is sometimes it can perform the shift operation by 1 byte, or sometimes it can perform the shift rows by 2 bytes. So that is all. So here we'll discuss how many bytes will be performed a shift operation. So shift operation is nothing but permutation. So using the S box is mainly Blockcyphers will use permutation and the substitution operations. So substitution will be done by S box and the permutation will be done by the shift operations. So here, what it is going to do is the result of the S box. If you observe, the result of S box is again a 4x4 matrix. Okay, so this is the result, the output matrix. Okay, so output matrix is a 4x4 matrix. So what it is going to do is it takes a row by row, and it performs the left circular shift operation. It performs left circular shift. So on some rows, it will not perform any shift operation, and on some rows it performs left shift by 1 bit, and some rows it performs left shift by 2 bytes, like that. So we'll see that. Okay, there are totally 4 bytes, 4 rows. So because it is a 4x4 matrix, there are 4 rows. So what it is going to do is, first row will not alter. So whatever the previous output state is there after the shift, after the substitute bytes, it will remain same. It will not be changed in the shift rows of round. And coming to the second row, it will shift the bytes, 1 byte to the left in a circular manner. Means it is performing a left circular shift operation by 1 byte. Second row performs left circular shift by 1 byte. And third row performs the left circular shift by 2 bytes. And fourth row performs the left circular shift by 3 bytes. So if you observe the pictorial representation, so here it is a 4x4 matrix. So first row, no changes. So whereas in the second row, it is performing the left circular shift. So the byte which is there in the second position, so will be moved to the first position, will become the MSB. Okay. And so because it is a left circular shift, then the first will become like this. So 1 byte. Suppose here there are 4 bytes like B0, B1, B2, B3. Then first row will be as it is. In second row, it will become B1, B2, B3, and this will come to here. So B0. So this is the output of second row. Whereas in third row, what it is going to do is, so directly it performs the 2 bytes of left circular shift. So this is the output of second row. This is the output of second row. This is the output of first row. And in third row, directly it performs, if this is the input, B0, B1, B2, B3 is the input, and directly third row, B2, B3. Then B0 and B1 will come. And in fourth row, so directly B3, okay, and then B0, B1, B2, like this. Okay, so this is the output of the shift rows. Simply it is performing some permutation. The values will be rearranged. That's it. So in inverse shift rows, because it should be performed at a decryption side, so what it is going to do is circular shift in opposite direction. That is in right shift. Okay. Right circular shift. Instead of left circular, it performs the right circular shift. So that is the inverse shift rows. That is the second operation. So it is going to perform the byte operation. We know that AES is a byte oriented operation because the length is 128 bits. So total it will have 16 bytes in the plain text. Next, third operation which should be performed in each round except the last round is mixed columns. Mixed columns. So how it is going to apply this mixed columns is, How it is going to apply the mixed columns is it uses a predefined matrix. Okay, it uses a predefined matrix. So mainly the goal of mixed columns is it is going to change the order of the columns. Okay, it is going to change the order of the columns. So here, so column, so what are the values are there in one column? So it will be multiplied with the predefined matrix. So this is the predefined matrix. So in order to perform mixed columns, it uses one algorithm. So based on that algorithm, it performs the multiplication, and then along with the multiplication, it uses the what? It uses XOR operation as well. Okay, it uses one XOR operation and it produces the resultant 4x4 matrix. So how it is going to perform is, so it uses one algorithm, and the algorithm or the steps, so which is going to follow is, so whatever the initially, so the state matrix is represented with S00. State matrix is represented with, so here S00 will become S dash D00. So how it is getting this, what will happen is, it takes the S00 and it performs multiplication with 2, and then it performs XOR with the XOR operation and the next one. So what it is taking is the same column. If you observe, the row indexes are changing, not the column indexes. So means here mixed columns, the name itself is specifying it is going to change, it is going to take a column by column value, and then it is going to change the values. So here the column row index is going to change, column index will remain same. Means here it takes the first column and then it performs multiplication with 2. So S00 will be multiplied with 2, and S10 will be multiplied with 1, and S20 will be multiplied with 1, and S30 will be multiplied with 1. So it will be multiplied, and then the result will be XORed. So after multiplication, it will get 8-bit data, right? If there is any carry, it is going to discard, that is the case. And then it is going to perform the XOR operation. What are the result it is getting? That will be stored in this place, S dash 0. And the column is the G. I mean 0, it may be G, it may be 0 or 1, 2, 3, whatever the columns. For all the columns, it is going to follow the same rule. So this is the predefined matrix. Okay, so it is the predefined matrix 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. So it is the predefined matrix, and it uses XOR operation. So if you observe the pictorial representation, it is going to use, so every state, so every time, so every column is going to take will be considered over here. The column will be considered. First, predefined matrix will be considered, because the size of predefined matrix is 4x4, and the size of the matrix is, the size of the column is 4x1. So here these two will be multiplied. Okay, predefined matrix will be multiplied with the column, individual columns, and then it will produce the output. So for every column, it will produce one 4x1 matrix. So like that, it is going to produce again a 4x4 matrix. By combining all this, we'll get the 4x4 matrix. So this is the pseudocode, how it is going to perform the mixed columns, the algorithm. So it is going to perform the multiplication with the predefined matrix, and then the predefined matrix has some constant values, and it is going to perform the XOR operation, and then in order to specify, it is going to use the hexadecimal, the binary representation. Multiplication will be done in the binary, and then it is going to be represented in a hexadecimal format. So there is some example, you can go through this. Okay, this is the example. And so once it is done, so once the result is there for the mixed columns, it will be given to the add round key. The output will be given to the add round key. So the add round key, what it is doing, simply mixed columns result is 128 bit and the sub key size is again 4 words, that is 128 bit. Simply it performs the XOR operation with this mixed column result. Okay. So this is the last round, that is very simple, performing some simply XOR operation. So here the description is, so again, so key is 128 bits. So how the sub key will be generated? So in each round it is going to generate 128 bit key. How this sub key will be generated is, so it uses some key scheduling algorithm or the key expansion algorithm. So this is a pseudocode. I'll explain the procedure how the key will be expanded or generated. We'll directly go to the diagram. This is a pseudocode. Yes. So here, this is the key. Is a 128-bit key. What it is going to do is, first it takes the first column. So K0, K1, K2, K3. So it will be represented. So first column will be represented in the one word. It will be represented in one word. Word is nothing but 4 bytes. So entire 128 bits key will be defined, represented in a 4 words, W0 to W3. So this will be given to the first, this will be given, this will be XORed with the plain text. Okay. And then in order to generate a round key in round 1 and round 2 up to round 10, it performs this operation. The operation is, what it is going to do is, it takes word 3, means it takes the word 3, means 128 bits. It is going to take not 128 bits, it is going to take, every word is 4 bytes, right? So it takes in 128 bits, it takes the last 4 bytes. It takes the last 4 bytes and it applies some algorithm. So this algorithm is G. So the name, I'll explain the algorithm. So it takes the algorithm and it applies the algorithm, and then the result of the algorithm is again 4 bytes, 32 bit will be given. And that will be XORed with the first word. That will be XORed with the first word. So the first word size is also 32 bit. So this 32 bit and whatever the output getting from the function G will be given. So will be XORed. So it will get the result W4. And if you observe W5, so W5 is nothing but simply it is going to take W1. Okay, W1, and it will be XORed with the generated W4. W4 is generated from, W4 is nothing but it is generated from W3. Some function is applied on W3. So that result will be XORed with the W0, isn't it? So W0, first word is XORed with the result of some function applied on W3. The result is 32 bit, both will be XORed. So that in that manner W4 will be formed. So W5 will be generated just performing the XOR operation with what? XOR with W1 and W4, the generated one. And W6 will be, so W6 is nothing but is from W5 and XOR operation with W2. So W6 is nothing but W2 and W5 XOR operation. And W7 is XOR operation with W3. Okay. So W3 XOR operation with W3 and W6. So this is the procedure how the subkey will be generated. So in order to generate the subkey, it uses, the main thing is it uses one function G. So where it is going to generate the 32 bit. I mean, whatever the W3 is there, again, W3 is also 32 bit, but it will be changed sometimes. It may be applied, I mean, by applying this function, the bits will be changed. The position of the bits will be changed. So like this, it is going to generate the key. So once it is generated, again, so totally it will use up to W44. So how W8 will be generated is, so W7 will be given to function G. So whatever is there, it uses XOR operation with W4. Okay, W7. G of W7 XOR with W4 is nothing but W8. And W9 is nothing but, it uses W5 XOR with W7, like that. So this is the key expansion. So any doubt? Any doubt? Till now, whatever we discussed, the 4 operations of rounds like substitute bytes, shift rows, mix columns, and add round key, and this key expansion algorithm. No doubts? Okay. So I'll give one poll question. All of you answer that question and leave. Please answer this question and leave. Thank you.